This stupid, simple 3-step cold outreach framework has generated me over $3 million. It's called Interest Value Connect, and today we'll go through exactly how it dismantles common cold outreach problems, drives way more qualified booked calls, and at the very end, I'll show you how you can implement it into your campaigns today. Before we dive into exactly how you can implement the IVC framework into your cold outreach campaigns across any channel to drive possibly double the results, 2 to 5% positive reply rates, I just want to go through some of the common problems that can present themselves in cold outreach so you can understand how the IVC framework fixes these problems and you can have a more fundamental understanding of how to implement this framework, why it's effective, and just really grow as a marketer as opposed to just copying some sort of template. So in terms of problems, number one, personalized outreach is one of the most powerful ways to get attention. Everyone knows this. When you send a personalized Loom or a case study and fit it to the exact person you're talking to their LinkedIn, to their profile. I mean, I did a whole video on personalized Looms that you can check out. We know this is the most effective way, but it takes way too much time at scale. You want to be sending links that lead to value, whether it's a case study, like I said, or a free tool, really anything. But sending them in the first email can end up landing you in spam, which is the opposite of what your goal is. You want to be sending value to build trust, social proof, showcase your credibility and your skill set over your domain in order to win their interest and their true interest as a hot prospect. 3, it is damn near impossible to get someone to want to check out your actual service offering in under 80 words unless you've got a super straightforward service or tool. Now, in 80 words, you're going to have a heck of a time selling someone on all the benefits and the ways that your tool is going to be able to help them. And more importantly, doing that while simultaneously building trust. So this framework is going to help you avoid coming off as salesy in your opening emails and help you come off as helpful in your first emails and really your first set of emails, your campaign sequences. The last thing is attribution. And what I mean by attribution is how you're able to evaluate your campaigns to identify which steps are causing you to lose a prospect so you can make changes in the right places and take a more analytical, gamified, or as I like to say, really a RuneScape / video game approach to the way that you handle your campaigns. You realize that, farming blue dragons for blue dragon hide is less effective with your abyssal whip than farming red dragons. I don't know if anyone's going to get that reference, but, there it is. So that brings us to the Interest Value Connect framework. This is literally the only framework I used for my first agency, which generated $1 million in revenue in the first 10 months of operations with, a peak revenue of $130,000 in a month plus. Now, cold outreach was our only form of client acquisition, and with that, the Interest Value Connect system was the number one form. Now, this was across all channels, LinkedIn, Twitter, email, and in an industry, Web3, that's very, very hard to target. The best part? It's a simple process that I really believe anyone can employ right away and start benefiting from in their very next campaign. So let's walk through step 1, which is generate interest, kind of like a social media girl on your Instagram feed that's throwing it back. You just can't help but pause and take a look. That's your goal with your outreach. Instead of wasting time by generating interest for your call, you're going to spend the entire email building up curiosity around your sales asset instead, aka step 2, which is going to be value. This can be a case study breakdown that's applicable to their business, a VSL, really you name it. It can be a personalized Loom, whatever it is, so that they are fully prepped and qualified before they ever hop on a call with you. So not only does this allow you to make your opening email more curiosity-oriented, which leads to higher reply rates, but you're also leading yourself to be able to send something that's going to qualify the prospect once they show interest. Now, the beauty of this is that it allows you to remove that salesiness, but further, it allows you to only allocate time to people that actually show interest. So when combined with Clay, which is my go-to outreach tool, I probably have a link below. Definitely check it out. It's where I build all of my creative campaigns, and you'll see it in basically every video I do. So This is how we get 2 to 5% reply rates. So you send the email, you get interest. What happens next? You move on to step 2, which is to provide value. You want to hit them as much value as possible in order to showcase your expertise, your ability to solve their problems quickly and effectively, and your expertise over their specific niche and domain by using language that is related to them, by showcasing their website in your video, etc., etc. Now, like I said, the best part is that by asking for permission first, your link is going to definitely land in the inbox, and you get to allocate the most effort towards prospects that have shown interest. I can't stress this enough. Shooting out personalized messages to people that aren't interested in your product yet, the 97% of people that are never going to buy your service, is a waste of hundreds of hours. Whereas with the Interest Value Connect system, you'll be able to allocate maximum effort towards those who are most interested in your product right now, which means you're allocating your time to something that is going to lead directly to revenue. Like I said before, this is where a personal touch can go a long way. Would definitely check out my video on how to record personalized looms effectively so you can go out and actually turn this interest into a sales call. And that's kind of what leads us into step 3, which is connect. Now, you don't want to connect with them as hard as, a couple of brothers doing a little brain blast, Jimmy Neutron style, but now that you're on the same wavelength as them, in your next message, tentatively offer them a call by saying something along the lines of, if you're interested in any of these strategies, I have time at X on day to go into more detail on any of them for you. You can add in that it's a no obligation call, really whatever you want, but the goal here is to maintain that you're just trying to help. And the reason this is important is because before you hop on that first sales call, when it comes to cold outreach, as much great prospecting as you do, it is truly hard to know if a private company is fully qualified for your services. No matter how good their website looks, no matter how much search traffic they have, you can't know for sure that they're making enough money to afford your service or are the perfect type of client for your service, no matter what it is. So, in other words, the point of Connect is to get that call. You've qualified interest, you've put in the work to provide value, and now a connection is the next obvious step. And because they've replied to you and shown interest, it is your excuse to follow up until they die. Or probably they stop paying for their domain from GoDaddy or something, and then you just get like a generic email that this domain's no longer in service, or you got to re-verify this email, or that they no longer work at the company. Either way, you're going to follow up forever, basically. And this will help you sound like you're not begging for a sale, that you're in a help-first mindset. Now, let's see it in action. So let's say this example is for an SEO company doing outreach. They start by gauging interest, like we said. You do what's called a poke the bear style question, where you try to gauge if they have a problem or awareness of their problem in the first place. Wondering if you have a plan in place for capturing inbound customers searching for X on Google. Then you transition that to offering some sort of value and building up the potential of the value. I actually recorded a quick strategy video for how you can get 1,000 hot leads hitting your website per month from Google SEO. Maybe add a time delay in there, whatever you want. You basically build an offer around the lead magnet itself. And then you do a simple call to action. Mind if I send that over? Would it be appropriate to show you the video or the strategy? Then you send the asset. Once they've responded in an interested manner, maybe you record it on the spot, and you offer a time to meet, because that asset is going to provide the value that builds enough social proof for them to want to maybe take a bigger, higher friction action. So they take action, they hop on the call, you're able to provide them even more help with the problem they're having, and you lead that into a sale eventually. Then if they don't respond, which people are busy and they will not respond often, You follow up and you ask their thoughts on the resource. It's the perfect excuse to keep following up over and over and over again until you get that call or until you get that no, whichever it is. Now, the last thing I wanted to chat about quickly is attribution, which is, being able to see where the flaws in your campaigns lie. And Interest Value Connect really allows you to do that because you send a resource or you gauge interest. If people are not interested in receiving your resource, you can immediately go, okay, my problem could be the subject line or the way I'm laying out the value of the resource. If they are responding and they're getting the resource and they're not interested in connecting, now you know your resource is not a big enough deal to them or not a big enough wow factor in terms of a free lead magnet for them to make the jump and dive into a call to potentially be sold or gain extra help. So by doing this system, you're able to easily identify the problems with your outreach, which makes it way easier to optimize. Good luck.